I want to say some words of encouragement to any of you out there that are going through a problem that it just seems like there's no way out or no light at the end of the tunnel. I want to show you that with God's power, and simply, even though at times you're like I did, we're gonna fall, we're gonna fail in not trusting God, but with God's power, no matter the situation you're going through, He will always come through at the right time. For 7 years, I've been fighting for the day to come where the judge actually saw who I truly was as a man and a father. And fighting for my daughter, pro se, which means I had no attorney but myself. It took years of heartbreak, of motions being denied, of going back and forth to courts and paperwork and endless writing and motions, and it took years. And finally, when I went before the judge yesterday, I assumed it was going to be the same old thing. Dad gets to see his daughter for a couple hours a week, and that's it, and whatever. But it was God's right time. And that's what I learned through this situation. You see, God knows my heart. He knows your heart. And He knows that when it's the right time, a right thing done at the right time, in God's eyes, when it's His timing, it's going to be done. And when the judge granted my motions, I was in shock. I was in tears and I was happy. I'm still ecstatic. I get to see my daughter. I would pick her up right when she gets out of school today. And I want people to know that no matter what you're going through, and like me, there were times where I yelled at God and I was mad at God. And I'm like, why? Like, you don't see what kind of father I am, God, and I just got mad. We're all going to get mad in situations, but no matter what you're going through, if it looks impossible, because my situation looked impossible. And I didn't want to hire an attorney because I went that route twice and got burnt out of my money. So I said, I'm going to do this on my own. And I'm trusting God that He's going to be with me by my side. He's going to be my Johnny Cochran. I don't know. He's going to be my real attorney behind me. And I went forward. I fought through it. Even when the waves were over my head, the bottom line is, this is a great lesson I learned. That God will give you your heart's desires, but God will give it to you when it's the right time. So no matter what you're going through right now, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a fight for your life, whether it's a health issue, whether it's in the judicial system, whether it's in your marriage, in your family, keep trusting in God. Don't let down your faith. When the waters seem to go over your head, when it seems so over, and you just want to throw in the towel and give up, keep going. Quitting cannot be an option. And I loved my daughter, and I love my daughter so much that I was willing to fight. I was willing to wait, even though it hurt hard. It hurt. Motion denied, motion denied, motion denied. But finally, God said, motion granted. Judge said, motion granted. And I was ecstatic and happy. And of course, because now I get to see my little girl and actually be her father. Which means I knew I was her father, but I didn't have no time with her. I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to make breakfast for her in the morning. I didn't get to have those things. And there's another lesson learned in this. If you're not married, wait. Because you will end up going through hell by disobeying God's plan for your life. His plan is for a woman and a man to be joined together in holy matrimony. You have a child out of wedlock. I'm not saying your life will be hell, but let me tell you something. I truly believe that God has allowed all this to happen for a reason. It was a learning experience. And living the Christian way of life is a learning experience. And it's test after test after test. But if you just concentrate and go forward and keep your eyes on Jesus Christ. No matter what anyone else will tell you, oh, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look grim, you have 6 months to live, you're going to lose your house, you don't have a job, you're going to lose everything, or your health is, this is wrong, that's wrong, your marriage is... Listen, with God, all things are possible. So keep going forward and don't listen to others. Don't give in to others. Always keep your eyes on Jesus Christ. And I promise you, I have been through so many things in my life where God has prevailed. And God has given me my heart's desire. But it was done in His timing. That's the difference. We want things in our timing. But we need to understand it is His timing. And that's when it will happen. So if you're going through anything right now, do not let what man tells you in your ears, what the media says, whatever it says in front of you, don't let that determine your outcome. Because like the Word of God says, and it promises you, my Bible's right here, it says right here in His Word, this book right here, The Mind of Christ, you will get through any situation. Any situation. Keep reading it, meditating on it, and pray without ceasing. And I promise you that He will come through in His time. He makes all things beautiful in His time. God bless.